Urk is called Flevoland's Pearl. But everyone who has visited Urk will agree that Urk could be called the Pearl of the Netherlands as well. Urk used to be an island and was already mentioned in historic archives in 966. The island then measured 80 hectares and consisted of a loam hill and a meadow. On the hill were the houses, churches, the light tower and storage houses. When in 1932 the Afsluitdijk was closed, the salt water of the former Zuiderzee turned sweet. In 1939 the dike from Lemmer to Urk was built, and Urk was no longer an official island. The land behind Urk was claimed from the sea in 1942, but it lasted until 1949 before the first road to Urk was established. Even though the people of Urk nowadays live in Urk, they still say they live on Urk, referring to the former island. Urk is now an idyllic place with all modern facilities. For a small municipality with almost 18,000 inhabitants, Urk has quite a lot of business enterprises. The people of Urk are known as hard workers, with spirit of enterprise. And it's not only fish that counts in Urk. Whether it's the florist or a construction company, in the hands of someone from Urk, it will turn into a success. With flourishing and growing trade and industry, Urk is headed for a bright future. Of course, fish was the cradle for business life on Urk, and nowadays water and fish play an important role. Fish processing companies and shipyards profit from this inheritance. 35% of all Dutch fish trade is done through Urk. With the biggest fish auction in Europe, Urk is still a major international player. The most beautiful view of Urk is from the water. The bright colours of the light tower, the maze of narrow alleys with picturesque small houses, and the constant activity on the quay will encourage many boatmen to put in at the port. Monumental buildings, ancient churches, remarkable art, a light tower that can be climbed, a walk along the quay, an interesting museum that tells Urk's history, an imposing monument for deceased fishermen, a forest for people to relax, and of course the beautiful harbour where you can enjoy viewing all the boats, or you could bring up your own boat alongside the quay as well. Urk is not only well known for its delightful fish, the beautiful port and the idyllic ancient village, but also for its historic costume. Hardly anyone from Urk wears this costume in daily life anymore, but once a year on Urkaday, many inhabitants of Urk wear their costume once more for a traditional parade through the old village and along the ports. The smell of smoked fish, the floating vessels in the harbour, and the sound of the choir from Urk turn this day into a very special day. As a touristic attraction with its port, the alleys and cosy restaurants, and a business centre, Urk is doing exceptionally well. Urk, the perfect mix of cultural heritage and modern spirit of enterprise.